Alright, back to another album review. I was planning on getting this review out on Thursday, but I decided to move it up due to time constraints. Anyways, today's review is going to be different from what I normally review, because today I'm going to review Just Woke Up by Jaret Reddick. Most people know about Jaret for being the lead singer slash rhythm guitarist for the punk band Bowling for Soup. Great band, by the way. Earlier this year, Bowling for Soup announced that Jaret was going to be doing a solo album. When I saw that, I thought that sounded really awesome. Then I kept reading and read that it's going to be a country album. I thought that sounded unusual, but I was still invested. Bowling for Soup is a pop-punk band, and I personally think they're among the best pop-punk bands. Though my personal favorite is Goldfinger, but that's a different story. I initially thought that Jaret would be going in the realm of pop-punk or something similar with his solo album. As I stated earlier, he decided to go in the direction of country. It's common for members of bands to change genres when doing solo work, and Jaret is no exception. Most people in the rock, metal, grunge, and punk communities don't really care about country. Personally, I've always been indifferent towards country, but I will say that it does have actual effort put into it and actually has substance, unlike that hipster bullshit known as vaporwave. Anyways, this album was recorded at 3 different studios: Omni Studio in Nashville, Sienna Studios in Nashville, and the Daycare Studio Prosper in Texas. Now, I don't know exactly when the album was recorded. If anyone knows, be sure to let me know in the comments. The album was released on March 11th, 2022 on Brando Records, which is Bowling for Soup's record label. Obviously, Jaret performs lead vocals on all the songs, since this is his solo album. It also has Miles McPherson on drums, Jerry McPherson on electric guitar, Eli Beard on bass, Tim Galloway on acoustic guitar, Preston Walt on the fiddle, Tim Lauer on piano and B3 organ, Andy Ellison on pedal steel, Stephen Egerton and Linus of Hollywood on additional guitars, and Jude Malloy on additional piano. I'd like to point out this is my first time reviewing a country album, and I'm no expert on country music. Anyways, let's talk about the songs. This album starts with Way More Country. Just listening to the song, you'll notice that this is very different from Jaret's normal style when it comes to Bowling for Soup. No surprise there, since this is a country album. What's interesting is that this song features Uncle Kracker. No, I don't know who he is. I've never really paid attention to country, and I think this song starts the album off pretty well. Up next is One of the Good Ones. It sounds like what you would normally expect country to sound like, and the song itself is pretty good. After that is songs about Texas. I think the reason why Jaret wrote the song is because Bowling for Soup are from Wichita Falls, Texas. Then again, there are also some other great bands that are from Texas, including Pantera and MDC. We followed up with Hollywood, Come Back to Texas. I know a lot of people hate Ohio considering how shit it is to live there. I argue that part of the reason why so many people hate Ohio is because of the corporate pigs that are in charge of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But that's a different story. Next song is called Royal Family. It sounds like the lyrics are about the sisters that Jaret never knew he had, and the brother that he did. After all, it says right on the back of the album that those are the people that this album is dedicated to. Right. Yeah, it's followed up by Doggone It. And just listen to this song, you'll know what it's about. After that is Drunk as It Takes. Of course, Bowling for Soup have made some songs about getting drunk. It makes sense why Jaret would do that for his solo album. As an added bonus, the feature is Frank Turner. No, I don't know who he is. Up next is You and Beer. It's another alcohol-related song. And it's kind of funny how there's 2 of those back-to-back on this album. The song also features Cody Canada, and I don't know anything about him. That's followed up by Natalie. Granted, there are dozens of songs that have made the share the same name as women. The song it features Stephen Egerton, who just happens to play guitar. After that is My Truck Up and Left Me. I remember seeing this meme about country artists making songs about their trucks leaving them because of fully autonomous cars, aka hipstermobiles, being a thing. However, Jaret went as far as to actually make a song about that. Next song is Back in '83. Just listen to this song and you'll know what it's about. This album ends with the Bitch song. It's basically a country rendition of the song by Bowling for Soup. Honestly, I think Jaret absolutely nailed it. If you're ever looking for a country rendition of the Bitch song, then look no further. Personally, I think this is the best song on the album. We saved the best for last. I couldn't find any info on how well this album did commercially, considering how recent it is. Now, considering the release date of this album, it's fair to say that this was sort of an appetizer for Bowling for Soup's newest album, which came out over a month later. When I've seen, this album was met with mostly positive reception. As for my opinion on it, I think it's pretty good for what it is. What's interesting, it was pretty interesting to review this album since I mainly review rock, metal, grunge, and punk albums. So reviewing a country album is the first for me. I know that other people have reviewed country albums, but you get what I mean. I recommend checking this album out. Now's the part where I question you. Have you listened to Just Woke Up? If so, what are your thoughts on it? What's your favorite song from it? Do you think it was the right decision for Jaret to go into the direction of country for a solo album? Do you think Jaret will do more solo work going forward? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to hit the notification bell to notify future uploads. Thanks for watching, I'll be back soon with another video.